I'd like to introduce Todd and Julie Rohrer, the mom and dad of 4-year-old Brooke, who has been fighting histiocytosis for a year. Todd and Julie.
And thank you, Mr. Naimi, and thank all of you for your time tonight. Pardon me for my crutch. I think I need this. It's such an emotionally charged topic for our family. Last September, our family participated in a fundraiser called the Hike for the Cure in Yosemite National Park in California. I recall sitting on a huge boulder, chatting with Jeff. I was thanking him for all he and the HAA does to help families like ours. I couldn't help wondering what it must have been like going through a histiocytosis diagnosis and treatment protocol back then, some 20 plus years ago. As frightening and overwhelming as it was for us just last year, I cannot imagine what it must have been like for Jeff and his family, especially when there was no such thing as Google. Google has been my friend last year. Our journey with histiocytosis started exactly 1 year ago. For 2 months, little Brooke here had been experiencing excruciating pain. Our pediatrician and subsequently several specialists tried, without success, to troubleshoot her pain. Various theories always led to a dead end. Finally, the last specialist we saw, a pediatric rheumatologist, we saw him to rule out pediatric juvenile arthritis. He decided that an MRI was needed, and that finally brought some answers. I'll never forget that moment sitting. She was still sedated for the first time, and he came in and said, "There are some findings," and I was so relieved. Finally, somebody saying, "We're not nuts." There was a reason for her pain. But that pain quickly turned to shock, because he said she has a collapsed vertebrae at L4, lumbar region, the fourth one down. And he said there's a short list of things that can cause this to happen, and nothing on the list is good. So brace yourselves. Nothing on the list is good. Right. Thank you. So we had a biopsy of that site. After more tests and scans, we learned she had a second site involved, a bone lesion on her right femur. Having a second bone site involved was her ticket to chemotherapy. If there was just one site involved, we were hoping to maybe get by with just a watch and see approach, but once the second site was involved, chemo. So we were told she would need to begin the chemo and steroid regime right away. She had surgery to have a port put in to receive her chemo and to have blood draws. Needless to say, our world was turned upside down from the moment we heard the word histiocytosis. I was on the internet searching for information, and we quickly stumbled upon the HAA. So thankful for the HAA. We are so grateful for them. The HAA provides many valuable resources and support for parents, and for message boards that they offer have felt like a lifeline for me at times. I've met fabulous families. 2 of them are here tonight. The Browns, who you'll hear from soon, and the Martins. We're so thankful to have them to compare stories, share the rough times, celebrate the good times. We're just so thankful for that. To be able to connect with these families, and most importantly, not to feel so alone as we walk this crazy road, has been invaluable. Being in the orphan disease category, as you may know, means there is no government funding or drug company funding, $0 for research goes into more appropriate treatment options. These children are left to rely on private funding and our own grassroots efforts. Brooke's latest scans just this last Monday, after 11 months of chemotherapy, showed an unchanged femur lesion. It was frustrating to say the least. I'm not completely convinced that blasting these kids with chemo is the answer. We need better treatment options for Brooke and all of the children that come after her. And this is where you all come in. Your support truly does matter, and it does make a difference. It is encouraging to learn about new research on the horizon. What we and families like ours need right now is hope. And there is hope in those dollars. This I truly believe. So thank you for coming together tonight and reaching out to families like ours. These kids have a lot of good living to do. And because of your financial support, they'll be one step closer to a life free from histiocytosis.